Hi, I'm Neat,
He says he's not. I'm Rocks.
and this is The
The
Bourbon
Bourbon
Barrel.
Barrel.
And today for you, we have a Four
Wait, let
Roses.
me steal this. Let me steal this from the Whiskey Dictionary at Bill. We love you guys so much. We brought you a dozen roses.
No.
He said it first. I said I was stealing it. It was an episode when I was doing research that he had on there for like, it's probably 5 years old, that episode. So, but there's three fours, dozen roses, blah, blah. We would love you if you
I,
subscribe. Subscribe. We'll put a dime in for every subscriber to our jar to donate to
for all of
veteran
you that
streams.
aren't dads out there, that dad joke, I was.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what made me mad when I saw it was that I had never thought of it.
You know, it really pissed
We've
me
thought
off.
of like Valentine's Days and stuff
Yeah,
like this when we said, when should we do Four Roses? When should we do Four Roses?
but we have three different
When
Four
he
Roses and
said
a
that, and
dozen
it was like
roses.
4 or 5 years ago, and on an old episode, and I was like, it never even crossed my mind to be like, that's a dozen roses.
It is. Wow.
So anyway,
Yep.
he's neat, and I'm Rox, and so on and so forth.
And I, I don't know if I can do this episode anymore.
But
I don't know.
is it tugging at your heartstrings?
No,
No.
no, that was just a bad joke.
Do you not have coffee grounds to put into your
Eyes
potting soil?
burned
Or,
my. Anyway,
Four Roses is a very famous distillery.
so yeah, this is one of the more known. You can find it almost anywhere. So you derailed the whole episode with that.
Just
That's God, like
three all up.
I don't know where I am. Oh my
You're
God,
in your own house, so you're.
I can't leave.
Oh
These are not scripted.
no. If you didn't know that,
So
how are you on the internet?
anyway, so for first ups, we have the original Four Roses, just their baseline offering. Nothing special, not a single
Probably a
barrel.
yellow label. No, they made it more of a tan as opposed to because it was a more yellow color,
Yeah.
a year or so ago.
And then we have the small batch, and then we have the small batch select. Now we're gonna go up in proof on these, so it's gonna be 80 proof, 90 proof, and then 104 proof. We do not have any small barrels of this.
Single barrels.
Single barrels, excuse me,
Right.
not small.
I have one bottle. We were discussing maybe buying all 10
Hmm.
because there's two, is it 10 mash bills that are comprised of two,
Are you saying yeet? 2 years?
my 12-year-old is going to love that. There are five yeast strains and two
Okay.
mash bills. So in theory, you can buy 10 different bottles of single barrel and get 10 different offerings.
Now, my dad and his friend went and got two different barrels from the barrels of Four Roses. My dad's tasted awful, and his friend's was one of the best ones they'd ever had.
And that could
So,
be it. Four Roses is all high rye.
mhm.
Okay, it's just whether or not I think it's 36 or like 20, if I'm not mistaken. But it's all high rye as far as their flavor grain, their secondary grain to corn. So yeah, that's what I proposed to him. Maybe we do a series of shorts and we like kind of just review a single bottle at a time until once we. I'm having issues, not issues because like I haven't really dove deep into it and committed the time. But on single barrels, they usually say these letters like OESV or something, right? And the
They
one I bought only says the warehouse and the number of the RIC number, maybe of
their
what it is or something.
yeah.
And it doesn't say any of those letters that I saw anywhere. So I got to do more research to figure out
Interesting.
like which one I have. And
Yeah.
but then we could do 10 mini episodes, like 5, 10 minute things, reviews for you guys of all 10 of those bottles in a short like series, if you will. That's what I proposed to him. We're still discussing this, that, and the other. It's
That'll
the
be hard.
idea.
It'll be hard to get all 10, I feel.
First, I gotta figure out which ones are which. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't say OESV on it anymore. It says like this was in this warehouse, this was on this Rick's. And like, I'm like, well, what the hell does
Right.
it mean? Do I gotta come there and do research? Like, what? Please explain it.
Look out, you guys. We're coming to you. I'll see you in Kentucky. My poor
Shit,
son.
if I was, if we're going to Four Roses, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Because, this is. Oh yeah. So full disclosure, as I said to him a little bit ago, the baseline 80 proof quote unquote yellow label, tan label, whatever, is the only one I've ever tried in my life. I've never had Four Roses.
And it's the
Anything
only
else?
one of. So I've had this one before, but I've never had this one before. I've also never had this one.
The only one you've had is small batch.
Yeah.
The only one I've had is the OG. And the small batch select is kind of the higher
Creme
end
de la creme.
regular
Yeah.
offering. They have some other like LEs. There's literally this one that's called like special edition select or
Special
something.
select. Yeah.
It's because I hear Chad and Sarah mention it every once in a while. It's Bourbon Night. Shout out. We watch them a lot and
Hmm.
they're awesome. And we got some of their barrel picks and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
That was the first bottle they ever stood in line for together when they first met.
Really?
So it kind of throws back to another married and so on and so forth.
That's cool. We're
So
not getting married. You're already married.
no,
Can't
I
do
said, well, maybe
it.
we could move to Utah. They don't know where we're from. So
Yeah,
is
but
that right? Polygamy in Utah still or no?
yeah, I
Is
don't know.
that legal?
I don't know.
Why the fuck would anybody want two wives? Why the fuck? Oh my god. I love my
Language.
wife, but I don't want two of them. Like Jesus. And she doesn't want two of me. Let's be honest. She does not want two of me.
I
She
don't
would
think the
be
world could handle two of you. Hand tool?
handle tool.
Handle
I
tool?
don't think most of the world can handle my tool.
No.
So,
It's like a baguette.
oh my god. And this is why we should have a drink before
So
because this episode's already better than the
I'm
last one.
just gonna have to edit like the last 5 minutes.
You edit nothing. I love it because it's wonderful. And then I'll watch it tomorrow and it'll be like 12 minutes.
You got to take that out.
So, anyway,
So for the first one up, 80 proof.
right. And
Okay.
by the way, the 80 proof has all 10 mash bills in it.
Oh,
Okay, I
so
read
there's two
this.
different yeast strains and such.
Two yeast strains, all the mash bills, all 10 of them are represented in this 80
So
proof.
this is a blend.
Yes, a blend of their distillate, but yes.
So I'm not picking anything up on the nose that would give me pause.
I was supposed to smell it, huh?
Yeah, but that's okay.
I'm going backwards. I'm bass
It's
backwards, and you like
backwards
it.
man, backwards man. You can go
You
backwards
call
fast as
this
you
one
can.
bass backwards. It's
It's
another T-shirt, bass backwards. Welcome to the Bourbon Barrel, bass backwards. But this is mildly unfair to a degree too, because we're going to 80, and we just filmed an episode that had a
I
lot of
mean,
not 80s.
no, but we did take some time, and I drank some water between. Did you drink any water?
I drank some of my energy drink stuff
Fair
that
enough.
it's just
So
packets that you put in.
for an 80 proof, there's a little bit of spice. There's not a lot, but there's some for an 80 proof. There's more burn than I would think for an 80.
I feel like the only thing you can get on the regular basis from Four
And I am picking
Roses,
up the rye.
yeah. Oh yeah. There's a little hint of spicy to it. The only thing you can get Four Roses that's regularly available is always blended unless you get a single barrel.
Mhm.
It's them blending the. I'll give you some more examples here. The small batch right here, which is
Next
90
up,
proof, the only one he's tried, which I haven't. This is the only one I've tried. Oh wait, you hadn't tried that? Yeah, that's what I said. That right?
that is correct.
I said that right.
Right.
The small batch is 90 proof and has 4 of the 10 different possibilities between the yeast strains and the rye and the mash bill. So
Handcrafted too.
4 of the 10, all aged at least 5 years, and then another show I watched said 7 years.
So at
So
least
this one is at least 5 years old,
if not 7.
with 4 of the 10
Ooh,
mash bill total mash bills because it's a different yeast strain, but it's weird because you don't have to say it's a different mash bill because it's still this. You know what I
similar
mean?
mash bill, but it's
It's
a different.
Well, I
strain.
mean, it's still like rye, but it's not. It's more rye than less rye versus.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's still sort of the
So
same, but not the same.
for those of you that don't know about yeast strains and things, I used to make wine a lot, and there's a lot of different strains of yeast that you can get to make different things come out in wine. At least like there's champagne yeast, which make it more bubbly and effervescent. There's a bunch of different, like if you want like an IPA, there's a specific yeast that you can get for your beer making too, to get IPAs and things like that. So yeast has a lot to do with flavor profiles. So the fact that there's two different yeast strains that are being crafted together here is very interesting and unique to me because that's not something that a lot of blenders talk about is the yeast strains.
It's true. It's true. I feel like this was very educational when I
Yeah.
was doing a lot of research to try to have some idea of what I was telling you guys and what we were both telling you
Hmm.
guys. But yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to use this episode.
He's sitting there going, "Oh my God, you make so much work for me, so I have to edit so much nonsense. Put this in the blooper inappropriate
Oh
reel."
yeah. I have to drink bourbon.
You no, you don't. Well, you should. You
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 pour
should
it?
want to drink it more now because I keep talking about that.
All
Anyway,
right.
so I'm gonna pour some small batch in here. Give it a crack. I've never, ever, ever had small batch.
This will be an exciting time for you then,
It
because
is.
I actually enjoy small batch. Like, if I
Did
find
you
it on a menu while I'm out,
already pour that? Pour that?
I pour that.
That's right. Who dat? Yeah, New Orleans. All right, New Orleans glasses. What
So
now?
I do enjoy this. I've had it before. I've bought it out when I'm like hanging out and things, and it's really not bad.
Oh my gosh. I
Uh,
will say this though. I'm
that's good because someone should.
happy. We just did blind. He picked every single one right. I picked
Nailed it.
every single one wrong.
But to be fair, the last one we did, I got all of them wrong.
And
So
I got them all right.
yeah.
Which is so awesome about blinds. I can't believe I picked what's this part there for the winner. I just
Mhm.
can't believe it because I had such a bad experience with it before. I love doing blinds. I'm
It's
so
good
glad
stuff,
we do
man.
it.
It's good. It's fun.
So yeah, anyway. Oh, interesting. Okay,
Changes those
so
paradigms.
if you're interested in why it's called Four Roses, the founder in the late 1800s, Paul Jones Jr., he proposed to his fiancee. And yeah, back then, whatever, if I'm remembering correctly from watching the video, she showed up, she accepted his proposal, and she showed up, and the dress she was wearing had four roses on it.
Oh,
That's where that comes from. 1800, late 1800s, four roses on her wedding dress. So, and here's other like snippets and interesting facts or whatever. If you are a little bit older, I'm clearly the older of the two of us. Um,
I don't know about
Four
clear.
rows clearly. Oh, I'm clearly like my beard. Look, I look like Santa Claus's special needs little brother. Like it's such a white hair. Like Seagram's bought out this distillery in the 50s. Okay, and it stopped selling Four Roses in the USA for a long, long time and focused on Asia and Europe. So there was a long time where you really couldn't get almost anything except maybe the baseline offering if you're lucky. Um,
So, time out. This is made by a ginger ale company,
Seagram's like Seagram 7, like
like
Seagram's
Seagram's ginger
whiskey.
ale.
No, like, no, it's not ginger ale. No. Uh, yeah, essentially, only all Americans could only get the baseline offering for the longest time because they were shipping off all the best stuff they had overseas. That was their move to make money at the time, in the 50s, roughly. Um, and in 2002 is when they reopened shop in the United States to make new stuff. So it didn't, and stuff we could have and not shipped away. Reopened up shop in the United States in 2004. 2002, 2004. I watched a few different episodes of different stuff, different shows. Small batch. What are we doing? We're doing small batch. So
Hmm.
this is, yeah, four of the 10 yeast strains mash bill. Mash bill total if you just switch the yeast strains, I guess.
Yeah,
Non-chill filtered. Um,
handcrafted.
this is what, 90 proof,
Yes,
90-ish,
90 proof,
90 proof.
45% alcohol.
What'll be which will be would be fun to put up against like the Evan Williams
Yeah,
1783 and something else. I mean, you don't like the regular Buffalo Trace, but it is a 90, and it could shock you if we did a blind of it and
it
you
might.
decided to like, holy shit, I picked that. Like,
Might.
you know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway,
I do like this. I like the smell of it. I like
have
the
you
taste of
tasted
it.
this
I
one
did.
this time or
Yeah.
no? Oh, it's a very subtle nose. Like it's not burny. You know,
For
it's
a
not
90
weakened
proof,
at
there's
burning.
not a lot. Like there, I feel like there was more burn in this one than there
Really?
was in here.
And that's maybe because they put, even though it's all 10
That is 10
mash
different
bills,
things.
right?
So they could be fighting each other, or they,
But
I don't
probably
know.
90% of it's the shittiest stuff that they, because it's the cheapest and
Right.
it's that.
It's just the leftover dregs. But
I hate you.
yeah,
I don't, but I
that's
do.
fair.
It's like Wedding Crashers,
Do you
where he's
guys want
laying on the ground. He goes,
to?
anyway, anyway, man.
No, so this is actually I love this more than I love the OG, and it's a 10 it's a 10 proof higher bourbon,
Yeah.
but it's not nearly as much burn, and the taste profile I feel is much better.
And you go from about maybe $20. Sometimes this
Yeah,
is 16, 18, 19 bucks. We live in New York, so a
taxes
$16
are
bottle
yeah.
is probably 45. So this one is usually around the $35
Yeah, it's
line,
not it's
30,
not super
32.
expensive. It's in the 30s for sure.
Definitely a discernible bottle if you
Hmm.
see these ones. I don't know
Yeah,
why that's just showing you what they give a shit about. Like they're like,
like
we're
yeah.
gonna make these beautiful bottles except for this cat piss. Like, you know what I mean? And like we're just gonna hand that to whatever town branch asshole wants to
I
drink
mean,
that.
this is like almost the exact same bottle as an old Forester bottle.
It seems very similar.
This
Yeah.
one right here, yeah. I mean, it's got the little bulge in the neck. I mean, look at it. It's the same, like. It's damn close.
Close, yeah. It's definitely close. Jesus Christ. And then when we get to the small batch left here in a minute, it's aged 6 to 7 years, non-chill filtered, 104 proof, and it's 6 of the 10 recipes instead of four. So 4 recipes here, 6 recipe. That's the word. Is I keep going back and forth with the mash bill and the yeast strain thing, and it's recipe. So
Not
it's
receipt, which is different.
no mustache. So but you can noticeably, maybe even on this, you can see a color difference there. If you
I don't know.
can't,
I feel like that's.
because I don't, and I don't know
I
what
feel like
this is
that's the
on.
label. I don't know.
I feel like when I see it on the shelves, I notice this is darker. Every single time, I feel like I notice that. Well, I never tried. This is tasty though. I
Yeah.
always hoped, assumed, thought that I would like Four Roses because I've heard nothing but good things and just haven't gone down those roads. Like right now, I would buy a bottle of this for
Yeah.
35 bucks or 30
No,
bucks.
and again, like if you go out to a restaurant and you're out for drinks or something and you like bourbon and they have Four Roses but they don't have a lot of options, Four Roses is definitely one of the go-tos
True
for
story.
going out to a bar.
Couldn't agree more. So there, okay, so there's 5 yeast strains and 2 mash bills. And the 5 yeast strains go like this. One is delicate fruit, one is slight spice, one is rich fruit, one is floral essence, and the other one is herbal notes. Again, I did a lot of
Roses would
research.
be herbal, right?
So what's that?
Would roses be part of that herbal
You would
mix?
think so. Floral essence versus herbal notes. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't, yeah.
I don't know.
And I bought one bottle of single barrel. I was telling him we already discussed like maybe doing 10 episodes of 10 single barrels if we could find them. But on the bottle I got, now I didn't tear off any like I didn't open anything, so I don't know if there's something somewhere else or whatever. But it doesn't say any of these letters or anything. It says the rick house that it was in and the floor it was on or something like
Yeah.
that. It's so I just need to do more research to find out, but I'm sure it's out there. But
And just as a FYI, all three of these bottles were just opened for this
no, yeah,
episode.
true,
So
yeah. Nothing's been
brand spanking new bottles,
true
so they
story.
haven't been aged at all or oxidized. I mean, brand new cork just popped. I opened it for you. That was the first time the cork had been off this bottle or any of these bottles. So
Very true mustache.
that's right.
Dude,
Mustache.
if a bunch of if this is like the best viewed show because of
Mustache. You
mustache
don't
and
have a mustache shirt?
clearly we know what the name of this one's gonna be. I'm not,
I mustache you about Four Roses.
dude, he beat me to it. I was about to say like, how do you come up with something with 4 roses and mustache? And he did it before I could say it. Like that's a blend. That's fucking yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry I
Are you
swore
ready?
about that.
That's okay. You ready for this one, or most of that stuff in there? I can't tell. Your glass is so
I was just
not see-through like mine.
like yet again like this is one of the ultimate blinds because you can't see a color.
I can't tell what he's drinking.
You know what I
It
mean?
could be water.
We when we have bourbon in here, which I don't at the moment, like we've done it and showed you the best we could or whatever. Like
Yeah.
you don't know because there's so much reflection of light inside the cup that.
So I'm getting. So with this one, this is
So this is
104.
where you're at.
Yeah, this is 104 proof.
You've tasted, but
I
you
haven't
haven't, or
I've
sniffed, but
sniffed,
you
but I
haven't
haven't
tasted.
tasted.
All right,
Attaboy, Rufus.
you're going all Bill and Ted on
I
me.
did.
Nice, I like it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
rest in peace, George Carlin. I miss you.
Good.
So,
Good for you for knowing that reference, though. Not a lot of people get that Attaboy Rufus.
I'm saying, and Rufus though.
Yeah, I know. How hard is it?
Pussy.
Rufus T. Whatever is the guy, the little kid from Two and a Half Men. Rufus T.
No,
Angus T.
Angus.
Rufus.
I know Angus Jones or something
Attaboy
like that.
Rufus.
I
No,
still don't think it's Rufus. It's Angus, isn't it?
sure.
He
Angus
went
T.
like he went
Rufus.
from 2.5 Men to being like he's very religious now and
Oh
doesn't
man,
he doesn't even want to admit that he was on the show and
that's
there's like
weird.
there's a lot of weird if you look it up there's you can go back and back to all these yeah. He I mean whatever man, if you're
Yeah,
religious like
you do
Easter's
you.
coming up, happy resurrection day and all that, but you know,
Right.
Angus T. Jones I think
Okay, that's fair.
two and a half men, yeah.
That you beat me. You win. I don't know.
There was that one episode of Big Bang Theory where
Yep.
you talk.
Yep. So anyway, this we've gone from 80 proof to 90 proof to 104 proof. So that's a 14-point difference in proof from this one to the last one we tried. So I am picking up notes of a little more burn on the nose. No, but I'm about to. But there's definitely more burn in the nose. I will be interested to see if it's any smoother because this is the small batch select versus just the regular small batch. This is a little more pricey. This is about $10 more, so this is in the
Yeah.
40s. like mid 40s, mid to high 40s is a good price point for it.
Right.
But yeah, no, this one actually came with a cool little tag that I'm sure has a story that we didn't read because
Well, it's probably explaining to you the
yeah.
yeast strains and stuff like that. Would
Yep.
be my guess.
Yeah, four proprietary yeast strains. Four proprietary, three of the four proprietary yeast strains, V, K, and F.
Well, it's supposed to have 6 of the 10 recipes.
This has six of the 6 and 7 year old bourbons in it.
6 recipes, 6 to 7 years old. That's what I wrote down.
This has some 6 and some 7 year old bourbons.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Which anything that's, I
hmm
mean, I always feel like you get into those like 2 years, you can say straight
So
bourbon
honestly,
in two
I
years,
feel like it makes sense because this says that there are four different proprietary yeast strains.
right?
That might be where you're getting some of the four roses too, because there's four different
It makes
yeasts.
sense, but I've done 1,000 things and
Yeah, he's
like
done more research
most.
than I have, so he probably
There
knows
are five.
best.
I just described the 5 yeast strains. Like there's
Yeah.
five. Like I
Oh,
don't.
there's five?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
5 and 2, so it makes 10 batches of
That's
singular.
craziness.
Two, 5 yeast strains, two mash bills with like
Oh, I
entire
got
nines
you.
different.
Okay.
There's 36
So this
different
has
yeast.
three out of the five yeast strains. Okay. VK.
It's so much math.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Math is power. Yeah, Sinbad from the
Yeah.
90s.
It. We started with a number. Like the first part of this episode is
Ooh.
4.
Ooh. That's tasty. That is hands down the reason that that is a select small batch.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Even for the higher proof,
The burn is. I mean,
I'm not
I caught.
nose I a little, but like it ended and then I just got nothing but straight taste,
I
flavor
caught it.
profile. Like there it went from a mild burn, which I felt the burn from this was the worst one of all of them. And
Well,
that's
the
80 proof.
shittiest stuff.
That's
Right.
fair.
I mean,
Like wow,
I
like
keep sorting. Like I.
it's not blended as well as these ones. Like this one says handcrafted. I'm sure this one is too, but it's also the non-chill filter. And honestly,
I think they're all non-chill filter. I could
yes,
be
but
wrong. I
that's
think
like their selling point here is like it's non-chill filter.
right.
And this one, if you look here, handcrafted.
I
Four Roses, I don't know what you're doing with your marketing, but call me, I'll help you.
yeah. Coming next year to Four Roses, the mustache edition.
Not mustache edition.
That's
That
right.
would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
I mustache you a question.
That's right. It's about yeast strains. Yeah,
Oh, but this is good. This is real good.
it is good. I still taste the burn though. I taste the
Very
burn
slight.
difference. I can definitely taste the
I'm
burn.
gonna throw in just a couple drops of water to see if that helps.
You know? Here, do that for me too, bud. You're good. Sound like you pain.
Sometimes you gotta. It happens.
It does occasionally take place. So I've been kind of waiting for this episode too because I purposely didn't buy anything to taste myself. I had this, like I said. Well, originally there
Oh
was
wow, that opens it up to a
different.
very different taste.
Like,
Like you can taste the rye a lot more now. Like there's more of a burn lingering on my tongue. So you know how in like hot sauce and stuff, you're not supposed to drink water because the water will spread the fire,
as opposed to
where
like
you drink
drink
like
milk
soda
instead of
or milk because
yeah,
the sugars will actually reduce the burn.
right,
That's basically what this water has done to the burn in here. It has spread the burn out on my tongue,
right.
and I can definitely taste the rye as like the highest flavor profile now.
It's so weird because I still think you lean higher rye, whereas I'm not sure if I do or don't. I haven't
Yeah.
really paid too much attention with our
No, it was much sweeter and much more well blended before I added water to this. Like I liked it more without the water in
you
it.
like it more without the
I
water.
did.
But see, I thought the burn was a little bit like I don't want to say off-putting, but like between say 50 and 40 or 45 and 35 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I almost thought that like I'd probably buy this first because this, well, I want to say I'm starting to get to the point of being a proof hound in certain ways. This one didn't do it for me in the way that I immediately thought, well, that's better than this. I thought this one was kind of better at first for me on my
Yeah.
palate, so on and so forth. So, nonetheless, notwithstanding. So this is a small batch. Yeah, yep, yep. You added the water to it. It immediately took the burn away, and you put like a drop in mine.
hmm
Yeah,
See, I
it
thought
immediately
it
took
spread it to me. I don't know.
spread it or
It
spread.
spread the burn.
There you go. Spread the burn, guys. Yeast infections will do that. See him do that? That's I'm so sorry, but yet it's so funny because if you actually air, even if you blurt out my words, but set like just watch you doing this like so many times, that's so funny. Like I would watch this episode and crack up laughing. Like, and a lot of
Well,
you
luckily
probably have.
we're not doing this for anyone but ourselves right now. So
Oh, I was gonna say this earlier, but we're on a show and it's fine. It's
that's fair.
nothing like major, but we're trying to accumulate the 5 keys for the Blade and Bow series, right?
That's true.
And we're too short, two and
We
three.
have we are missing the number two and the number three.
Which are we'll have them.
Yeah, they're
We could get
easily
them today
found.
if we wanted
The
to,
one that we couldn't find was the five, but when
but
we went
you
up to
found the 5 in Buffalo.
Buffalo, apparently it's an allocation thing because they have a lot of fives up there.
Oh,
Yeah. So the fives aren't easily available here, but they are in Buffalo. So if you're having a hard time finding your five
Hagerstown,
keys, you might check like a couple area codes over,
right?
and they might have a different key set,
Slightly larger, like Buffalo
more
versus where we live,
more robust.
right? They have more money because they steal it from the rest of us.
What?
Well, New York.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
All right.
Anyway,
Nonetheless, like, what were we talking about?
so who's your winner here?
My winner?
Yeah, what do you think is the best for the best bang for your buck?
What do you think?
So, taste profile wise, I would go for this one first. Bang for your buck, if I'm out for drinks at a bar, probably this one. Because this is probably the one they're going to have.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And
Well,
this
we'll
one
try
I would
something
never
out.
buy. I'm sorry, Four Roses, but you know what you did. You you know damn right
It would
what
be
you
a
did.
good mixer.
Yeah,
Like we
you
could
could throw this in a
throw
cocktail and
some
then
ginger ale.
as long yes,
I want to try this now after I tried it with water,
yeah.
without water.
Oh, you didn't try it
Again.
without? Oh, okay,
No, I did originally. I want to go back, forth, and back.
fair
Or
enough.
forth, back, and forth.
Fourth back fourth.
There you go. Google that and don't yell at
What?
us. I don't know. Yeah.
Sure, go for it. What you got?
I got that we've never had another episode where you've done this as many times. We're,
So
I
I'll
mean,
do.
my thing is 29
I'm
minutes.
going to do two versions of this episode. I'm going to do the one released for the public and then the one released for just him.
Right? Yes. And I'll send it to the rest of you
No,
because
he won't because he doesn't know how to do it.
he might be right. I'll try to. I don't know if it'll work,
If
but
we ever start a Patreon, it'll be there.
it's so funny. This is so funny. We are. I'm
Um,
dying laughing because of this. This is so funny. I did all this research too to make sure this one was so like
this episode's brought to you by. Oh my god, this is awful.
This is brought to you by Stroman's bread and their yeast strains and
Drink the juice. This
oh my god.
is the last time I take you out drinking.
Yeah. We're even out.
Oh no, that was the joke.
He won't even take me out. He
No,
keeps me in the basement.
that's
He's like,
absolutely
listen, just
100%.
get back in your
Yeah.
cage. Here's a snack. And I run in and he locks the door.
He's a Ritz cracker.
So this is too funny, mustache. Why do people crack up so
I
much
don't
just
know.
because you say mustache?
All the time, all the time
What's
though.
wrong with a mustache?
Like okay.
Get like a milk mustache.
Check this out. We'll do it on like a bloopers, but I'll give him a mustache and I'm gonna send it to specific people and I'm gonna see if I can't record them when they watch it.
Okay.
They'll break up on me
All
off.
right.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. So I went from this
Mm-hmm.
and then this with water and then redid it. And
Better without, better with.
what's the thing? The first time I thought the burn was a little heavy and a little harsh, a little bit. And I thought, yeah, I'm not sure. You added the water and it mellowed it way down. Then I tried it again and right now, I think this is probably my clear winner.
Yes.
But it took a lot of maneuvering to get there. Like I had to get from small batch to small batch select to small batch select with water to small batch select again to kind of. But I've never had Four Roses before except for this dog piss type beginning. Sorry, Four Roses.
I'm not.
The baseline like thing, like it's okay. Well, but again, we should do it just
Yeah.
for the sake of the people that watch and
Yeah.
like, all 8 of them. We should do a blind of some of the
Sure.
80s at some point.
And
And
Four Roses will be in that blind,
sure,
definitely.
80s
But no, absolutely.
remembrances.
I enjoyed it. I loved it, and I would do it again. Um, and this is only like an
I
hour and a,
remember that girl.
yeah, me
Oh,
too.
sorry.
Um, her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. Anyway, so clear winner here is the small batch select. So it's not just a price point thing; it is an actual victoriously tasted well thing. Like this was
Victoriously tasted well.
yes.
That was
Like
deep.
this was
He got deep.
this for an 80 proof. This is like it'll get you there, but
It's also
I'm
like
not.
$18.
Yeah,
Let's like
like
let's not lie. Like
if you want
it's
to like have a host a party where you're going to be doing a lot of mixed drinks, sure,
you
go
got a lot of
ahead.
newbies.
Yeah,
If you got a lot of newbies and you're a big bourbon
throw this on
whiskey,
your bar card, and they're not going to know the difference.
yeah, just let them,
If you have some
put it
like
next to Jack
mid-grade,
Daniels and
yeah, this will beat Jack.
white label
This will
Jim
beat
Beam.
Evan Williams white
Evan Williams
label.
Black Label, not
White,
the white labels bottle and bond.
sure.
Not the 1783, but I mean, if you just the Black Label regular Evan
Hmm.
Williams, yeah, yeah.
Or even the Old Forester
86,
86.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like this would probably compete with those. Like we could definitely put this against them, and
It-
this might win.
I just bought a bottle of Benchmark. We've never,
Right.
but Benchmark is the literally the lowest offering of Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
It says right on it, it's a Buffalo Trace product. I'm
Yeah.
explaining shit to you. You should already know. If you don't already know, how'd you get in here?
So this one again, if you're out at a bar and it's one of the options, and you don't have, you're working on a budget, this is probably going to be a relatively cheaper shot. This is going to be something you can get neat, and it's not going to taste horrible.
Oh no, it's good.
This is
It's
good.
good.
This is good. And if it's some like they don't have a lot of bourbons at a place, and you're a bourbon drinker,
Beat it
sure,
to 90, beat 90 other 90 proofs.
you could.
To
You could.
be at the 1783. You don't like Buffalo Trace
I
regular, right?
don't care
That's
for
a
Buffalo
90.
Trace OG. No,
And
I don't know
Evan
what else I have.
EW 1793 is a 90. There's a few 90s out there. And I feel like we've done a few of them on our shows, but I can't remember every show and every whiskey. I can look at my notebook though.
What do we got here? This is a 90. I mean, I don't know, but we could put it up against that.
What is that?
This is the weeded Woodford.
Weeded Woodford.
Yes. Elijah Craig's 94. We could put it against that.
Right, right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but sure. But again, this one's 104 proof, and far and away, I think this is the winner. So do with that what you will.
Yeah.
But do you have any other fun Four Roses facts for us?
Now, Four Roses, I do not.
Okay.
Sorry, I
Well,
exhausted that.
is there anything else you want to impart to the listeners?
Blanton's, it's 93, I think.
Bland's is good.
You know, it's not fair to put Blanton's.
Yeah.
Well, A, it's not fair when you say it like that, but B, we don't want to do it. Because if we
No.
do a 90 proof and we pick Blanton's last, we're going to son of a bitch, we can't air this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
We've said too much already.
but it's not, that's not true either, because you should like what you like. Like, what's the
That's
big
true.
deal? If you
That's
like
true.
this, if this is your shit and you've been drinking it for years and you love it and you don't even want to try this or you don't like this or whatever, drink it. It's all about what you like,
Mhm.
how you like it, when you like it, what you like. It's not about other
Yeah.
people.
It doesn't matter about price point or what other people think. If you enjoy it, enjoy it.
True story.
So, with that, I'm Neat,
I'm
and
Ross.
this has been the Bourbon
Bourbon
Barrel.